Hello everybody, in today's video we're going to be taking a look at a new 4x4 from QiYi called the QiYuan, and I love 4x4, so I'm glad that I get to try out another one. This was sent to me from the Cubicle.us as usual for my review, and let's take a look at this thing. So it's got plastic on it, got a little pamphlet. This is one side of it, this is the other side of it. Alright, let's take a look and open this thing up. So I think this is more of like a beginner's 4x4, maybe intermediate, but we'll see. Ugh. Okay, so it says that this is a new lightweight speed cube, but you know what? It's kind of heavy. It feels heavy to me. But let's go on with first turns. Okay, right away I'm getting a little tiny bit of catching, but we'll see what happens when I break it in. Yeah, I can tell already that this is not a professional, like world-class type of speed cube, like the Wuku or something like that. But definitely smooth. I can say that. But yeah, I mean, my first turns, I'm like catching and stuff, so I can feel a lot of grinding going on in there. This is the Wuku right here, and this one definitely feels a lot lighter than this one. So let's try corner cutting. You're not gonna quite get a full piece. Get about half a piece. Reverse. No, nothing. So yeah, definitely a beginner's 4x4, that's for sure. So I'm going to be reviewing it as a beginner's 4x4. Right away, for my speed level, I can already say that I'm probably not going to get my average. But let me play with it for a while so I can break it in and get an idea of it that way, because this is just first impressions at this point. But yeah, definitely heavy. I'm not sure why it says lightweight. Maybe it is and I'm just not feeling it, but yeah, still very smooth though, that's for sure. It's an $8 cube at the Cubicle.us. You can come in black and white, but there is a let me see here. Yes, there is a link to go to a sticker list, which is in the bright version. It's your standard 62 millimeters and it weighs 148 grams. It's got the QiYi Moyu color scheme. Well, already it's starting to move a little bit better, so hopefully with some breaking in, it'll be a bit better. But yeah, it is a little bit catchy, that's for sure, at this point. So anyways, guys, let's take a look at the color scheme. So that's your blue and green. This is your orange and red, and that's your white and yellow. Anyways, guys, let's take a look at some of these pieces and see if there's anything different on the inside compared to other 4x4s, and let's watch a solve. So when I took the puzzle apart to take a look at these pieces to film this, I was kind of shocked at the way they look, because they don't look as blocky as I thought they would, because the puzzle kind of feels blocky. It's a little bit catchy. It's definitely not like a super high performance like a Moyu Aosu or something like that, which is what this edge piece kind of looks like to me. I mean, there's not a whole lot going on here that makes me think, okay, this is why this puzzle is not super high performance. The pieces are very, very good as far as comparing it to other higher end speed cubes. So I'm not exactly sure. Even the core here, yeah, there's a lot of holes in those, those hidden edge pieces and stuff, but that shouldn't really affect it too much. It may affect it a little bit, and I'm thinking that those holes in the edge piece, that's kind of where the blockiness is coming from, because they're kind of, it's not like a very smooth, because there's those two holes in there. Anyways, go back and look at it again if you didn't see what I'm talking about, but I think the edge piece is sliding over top of those. Maybe part of the problem, I have absolutely no idea. But that being said, it's not really a big problem, because this is for beginners, so this is a beginner's cube. But yeah, as far as the performance of it goes, it has stopped catching as much as it was. I mean, I broke it in a little bit. I also lubed it up. I talked about that near the end of the video. And typically I average about 1:10 on 4x4. I'm having a hard time getting faster. I've been there for so long now. But I don't get that with this. I mean, this solve that you're watching here is one of my better ones that I filmed, and I do that basically just for entertainment purposes. But I will tell you, honestly, that I don't get my average with this. I usually go above 1:10, and the reason for that is because it does snag a little bit. I mean, like I said, it's not as bad as when I unbox it now that I've broken it in. I think about 60 solves at this point. But I definitely don't get my average with this, so it's not going to be my main. But that being said, this puzzle here is still way better than when I started. The 4x4s we had when I started, were way worse than this. So you guys are just starting 4x4, just getting into cubing. You're really lucky to like live in these days when the advancement of the products have gotten a lot better and the hardware has gotten a lot better, because your first cubes are a lot better than when we started. And when I started, the best cubes that were out were not even as good as this one. But you can see that the puzzle still does catch here and there, and like right there it did. But anyways guys, let's finish this up. Alright everybody, so I've had this puzzle for a couple of days now, and you know what, it hasn't really gotten too much better since my first impressions, but definitely has stopped catching as much as it did when I started. But as far as like performance wise, it's definitely good for beginners, and for $8 it's a very good beginner price as well. So I would have killed to have something like this when I first started 4x4. It's actually a really good beginner's 4x4. You're not going to be able to corner cut as much as other ones, so it's not as forgiving, which means you're going to have to learn to be accurate. So that's actually, in my opinion, a good thing for beginners. But still, yeah, it still does catch a little bit, but definitely not as bad as when I first unboxed it. I did put a little bit of Cubicle Speedy in here, and then a little bit of DNM 37, and that definitely helped with the speed, so it is a little bit faster than it was before. And I didn't mess with the tensions at all, to be honest, because I don't mind the tensions at where they're at. And I have a feeling that if you were to back off the tensions on this, it would make it very like loose and flimsy, because it kind of already is, as you can see. It's a little bit, it's not a super stable 4x4, but if you're looking to get into 4x4 and you don't want to spend a ton of money, this is a really good option. The QiYuan 4x4. Not sure how to pronounce it. Name's in the title though. Anyways guys, if you'd like this puzzle based on this review, go ahead and click the link at the top of the description. Again, it's $8 at thecubicle.us. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you on my next video.